Cake toppers add height, colour and detail to your cakes, and these 10 edible toppers are not only eye-catching, they're all homemade, using chocolate, candy, buttercream, ice cream cones, rice paper and more. I'll show you techniques from easy to advanced to suit your time, tools and confidence. Let's start with some quick and simple toppers. This first edible cake topper is perfect for birthdays, and all you need are sprinkles and chocolate chips, white or dark. Melt the chocolate in the microwave at 50% power for 30 seconds at a time, stirring between each interval until smooth. Spoon it into a Ziploc bag, squeeze it into one corner, and snip off the tip. Level your sprinkles on a plate and pipe your letter or number directly onto them, but in mirror image since you're looking at the back right now. Start with a thin outline, then trace over it to build up the shape so it's thick enough to hold together. While the chocolate's still melted, press a toothpick into the bottom so it'll be easy to attach to the cake later. Leave it to set for an hour at room temperature or chill it in the fridge or freezer for 15 to 30 minutes. Once it's firm, lift it up and you've got a sprinkle-covered cake topper ready to push into your cake. Ta-da! Next up, boiled sweets or hard candy. Place them on a metal baking tray lined with parchment or a silicone mat, and bake at 180 degrees Celsius or 350 Fahrenheit for 2 minutes. Just until they melt into a puddle. Don't leave them too long or they'll spread too thin and become brittle, like this. Be careful, hot sugar will burn you. Let them cool for around 5 minutes and then peel the candy off the parchment. As it cools, the big bubbles in the melted sugar settle, leaving shiny, colourful shards that glide through buttercream. Don't be shy, push them firmly through the frosting until they anchor into the cake. That's what keeps them upright and secure. No one will guess how easy it is to make these colourful and completely edible cake toppers. Metallic buttercream decorations are simple to make and add a really striking touch to any cake. Start by piping whatever shapes you like onto a piece of parchment or wax paper. Hearts, stars, squiggles, these pumpkins, or anything abstract. Make sure there's enough sugar in the buttercream to make it stiff enough to hold its shape as you pipe. Then pop them into the freezer for about 15 minutes to set. To make them metallic, you'll need edible gold paint. You can buy this pre-made or mix your own, using metallic luster dust and a few drops of clear alcohol, like vodka, or a clear extract, such as vanilla. Use a small paintbrush to paint the gold onto your frozen buttercream shapes. Work quickly and don't press too hard, or as they warm up and soften, the decorations will lose their shape. Once the paint is dry, peel the frozen decorations off the parchment and arrange them on your cake. If the frosting on the cake has set, just pipe a tiny dot of fresh buttercream to attach each one. These metallic buttercream accents are elegant, eye-catching, and guaranteed to make people ask, "How did you do that?" If you've got any silicone molds, you can actually use buttercream in them. This is such a fun, unexpected way to make edible toppers. And it's perfect if you want a softer texture than fondant or something more colourful than chocolate. Spoon your buttercream into the mold and press it down firmly with the back of your spoon or an offset spatula to fill every detail. Then smooth the surface so that the back of the topper will be flat. Put the mold into the freezer for about 30 minutes, or longer if the buttercream was really soft, and once it's completely firm, gently peel the mold back to release your buttercream shape. Handle them carefully and quickly because they will soften quickly at room temperature, and press them against the buttercream on your cake. If one snaps while you're handling it, don't panic, just press the two pieces gently back together, and as the buttercream softens slightly, it will stick to itself and hold its shape. This is a delicious way to add detail and dimension to your cakes. These next toppers involve a few more steps or tools, but they're still very manageable. Ice cream cones are a brilliant shape for all sorts of cake designs. They make beautiful Christmas trees when covered in green buttercream, or any other frosting. I'm using a small round tip here, a number 8, to pipe little branches. While the buttercream's still soft and sticky, press in some sprinkles for ornaments. Or dust with icing sugar to create a snowy effect. You can even add a touch of edible glitter. Simple but stunning. Ice cream cones are also perfect for birthday party hats. Now, frosting a cone smoothly can be a bit of a challenge, so here's a handy trick. Once you've spread the buttercream on, pour some sugar onto a plate and roll the cone in it. It adds sparkle and disguises any imperfections in the frosting. Perch the cone on top of a character cake, like this dog, which is a buttercream transfer, a technique I teach in the Layer Up program on my cake school. You'll find the link to sign up at the top of the screen and in the video description, or go to britishgirlbakes.com. All you need is a cookie cutter for this next edible cake topper. Melt some chocolate chips and spoon the chocolate into a Ziploc bag, squeezing it down to one corner. Snip off the tip and you're ready to go. Place a piece of parchment or wax paper on a tray and set a cookie cutter on top. Pipe the melted chocolate into the cookie cutter, using a spoon to spread it into any corners. You'll see why having the chocolate in a Ziploc bag is helpful in a minute. While the chocolate is still soft and sticky, scatter sprinkles over the top. Pop the tray into the freezer for about 15 minutes until the chocolate sets, and then gently push it out of the cookie cutter. You'll have a neat, smooth-edged shape covered in colourful sprinkles. With the chocolate that you have left in your Ziploc bag, reheat it and pipe a little line on the back of your shape, near the bottom. Press a toothpick into the chocolate and let it set. Then just push the toothpick into your cake for a neat, sprinkled topper. These next designs require more precision, patience, or tools, but the results are worth it. Rice paper sales are light and colourful, and you can buy rice paper from most supermarkets or an Asian grocery. To shape it, pour water into a tray or bowl and tint it with food colouring. Soak the rice paper for 1 to 2 minutes until it's soft. Using warm water speeds this up. Drape the paper over scrunched up parchment or wax paper and wrap the bottom around a toothpick to later secure it to the cake. Leave it to dry overnight and then push the toothpick into your cake. These sails are so eye-catching. Buttercream flowers take a bit of practice, but are worth mastering. Use a flower nail, parchment squares, and stiff but pipeable buttercream. Pipe a dot onto the nail, attach a square of parchment paper, and rotate the nail between your thumb and fingers as you pipe a cone and layer petals, using a petal tip like a number 104. Overlap the petals about 1/3 of the way into the previous one. Work your way outwards until the rose is as big as you'd like it to be. Freeze these flowers for 30 minutes and then transfer them to your cake, attaching them with some more buttercream, which you can also use to angle them too. Add extra petals to neaten the base. Classic and stunning. Intricate chocolate shapes are easy to make with silicone molds, and these give them a smooth, glossy finish that looks polished and professional. Fill the mold with melted chocolate, I'm using white chocolate here, and then leave it to set completely at room temperature or in the fridge or freezer. To attach 2 halves together, warm a plate under hot running water and dry it off. Press the flat edge of one chocolate shape onto the warm plate to melt it slightly, and then press it against the other half to stick them together. Drizzle some more melted chocolate over the top for decoration, and while it's wet, scatter on some sprinkles to add texture and colour. These look store-bought, but they're secretly homemade. With toppers this easy and this stunning, you'll never need to buy decorations again. Whether you want something quick and easy or a showstopper, there's an edible topper here for every cake and every level. Visit BritishGirlBakes.com for more tutorials and my online cake school, with a free course on 10 frosting techniques and hundreds of cake decorating techniques and designs in my online courses and memberships. Thanks for watching.